Hey people, I'm gonna try to get a double header in a day. That last movie I posted is doing real well. And I made a claim in there. I said that Jacob had a titty fetish. And I'm gonna back it up right here. And it's right here in Genesis 33 when Jacob goes to see his brother Esau. And it's, which are nursing with me is all what holy. And all what holy would fuck 'em. And if they are driven hard, and you see right here, this would fuck them. All what holy would fuck them. And so this herd is coming from, and we, and thee, or we before. And it just means, whatever comes before the cart. And so they'll say that's a bull. But as I read on a little farther, and we before all what holy would fuck 'em, or would pick 'em. And so this is the same word you see on the first day, yum atched. And so this is you matched, day one. So day one isn't day one. Matched is two of them the same. And you matched. And you matched them to Colexon. The Colexon, the Selexon. You picked out the Selects. But this really opened up some more meaning into day one. Because there's another word that you see right there in day one. And it's this before day one. Before you matched. So and there was evening and there was morning. Day the first is actually there was before you were two. Before you matched. We're still alone. And to put it a little more in context, this is let there be. And this is and let there be. And they'll change it to and there was, but you'll see just down below here, and yea, and let it be. So in the evening, and let there be whoring, and let there be before you matched. And so it's saying you could be a whore before you get matched. And so when you're matched, that's the sin together, the two of them. The sin. So on the second day is in let there be whoring, and let it be before you're missing. You're missing the time before now that you're two. You're no longer single. The next time it comes up down here in line 9 is, and make 'em matched, and the heavens into place one. The same is all make 'em matched. And trees, T-R-E-S, the A is E-S, and trees they base, and let appear the dry ground. So that could be, the earth, where the trees base, they live on earth, but and trees they base is also the birds. And trees they base, why hyson. And so this is and yea, or and why they, and it's a yea vote. But and it was so is who hyson. And so hyson, it's like entice, to encourage something, to speed it up, to hyson it up. But with the line here, this is why hence. And that means from this time forward. And it was so. Why hence, henceforth. And in the future, this is the way it'll be. And the next time it comes up here in Genesis 11, the first line, and it's just got the plural on one. They say this is a plural. And it's, and let be clear, it's the speech it whatever he matched 'em, whatever he matched them. And this here just totally calls me out. It says that they were doing the same thing at Tower of Babel that I'm doing here today to matching up the speech. So it's talking about some censorship here, is how they changed the language. And the word you will rat at. The rat at the air. The air. To put it out there for everybody. The air. The godless raven of had 'em. And you see how they use this for censorship down lower here. But the people are one is intermatched. And word, you the intermatched. In speech, the local from use, the call from lost what? Vote. Vote is a wish. Don't ever vote. All it's doing is telling what you wish. And the lost what vote? Lay bitzer. Bitsies is spider eggs. And lay bitzer from them classer. From them classerism a lost what? And so the language change all has to do with the astrology. And the words all coming from the heaven change, and it explains it all in here. And having read unvelishum, the confusing language, all the extra marks, embellishments, and unvelishum, and having read unvelishum, and they read before the embellishments were put on there. Unvelishum, spot measure. They're doing the same thing I'm trying to do, looking at the old language and trying to get it lined up with the calendar again, and trying to get it lined up with the stars. And having read unvelishum, spot measure, to measure back to the spot. That's how I figure out how old the book of Job was, by measuring the spot where they said the stars were. Lays 'em aways, the spot of Rahu. And so Rahu is the north node, and it's also Easter. The book of Job says Rahu was in the Pleiades at that time. That's sitting up there in Taurus. And it doesn't use the word Pleiades. It uses this Indian word, and it's the Cratic. It's the governor, is what it means. The Cratic. And so everything was counted as the planets traveled through this little group of stars that was on the back of Taurus. And the same as in the Mulpin, the Mesopotamian astrology. And why puts? Who puts you? Why puts you Adam Missamal Pin? Malpin is the ancient astrology. Malpin, the Assyrian astrology, and over the face. From there over, from Mal, and clear it. From all place clear it. And which Dell to, who's dealing the cars, which you're getting that position, which Dell to lib not the air, to lib not liberty, and not put it, and not at lib, and lib not the air. Don't tell nobody. Censor it. And so back here in 33, this story of Jacob and Esau, it just wasn't in here. They had to add this Jacob and Esau throughout here because it just wasn't there. And yammering so, unlike waltz the long deck. And yammering in so, I believe it's like in because of, and so, and unlike the waltz, W-A-L-K or W-A-L-C-E, the waltz, the long deck. So that lets me know, that they're on the boat. Walk along deck. And yammer alive. Women you say, well, word alive. That's what that is. Word alive. Yammer alive. Adding a little bit more to what he was saying. Adding, I do. Killed them. And so the story above this, these 12 lines before, just let me know that this is killed. And it's actually just healed. It's everybody that died on the battlefield and healed them. And it just has an extra C. The C healed them and killed them. And yammering all of adding, I do. Killed them, race them, and killed their race, not getting married. And they killed them, race them, vets on. We before all what holy would pick 'em. You matched 'em to selects on. But with the mark, then it's the call and not and sex. The call, not sex on. And so it's talking about, classes. It's talking about class and everything. But also the words. It classifies the words and the stars. It puts everything in a class. And that's what these writers are doing. The call, it's on. And it classifies everything, by the color. The colorums had me. And, people get classified by the clothes in. And saw God, all they had made is the classer. Wasn't making it, he was charting it. And so this is the same old Egyptian story. On the first day there was Ra and there was Horus, and they're both the light you saw and the light that was good. And where all am at the hours sit of, the Horus sit of, the hours sit of, and who victual all him been the hour of in. So it's a baby. You got to feed them every hour. Who victual, who fill, who eats, all him been the hour of in each shack, each sack, filling the hour in each sack. So I'm going to hit this Proverbs 31, the next movie, and I believe I can read every word in this and make good sense of all of it. But this isn't a king. This is Prince, the Prince of Mule Milk. And there's a lot of information just in this one line. But I'm going to cut this off here. Good day.